I remember you belonged to the union. Did your mentor call Director Silver? So you actually know her? She's one of the senior members of the union. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I don't have a power pill on me right now. Although Renee Silver claimed to hate evildoers, actually she was the bad guy, supporting the strong and bullying the weak. She couldn't hold a candle to Kevin's mentor, the Night King. He abruptly ended the call and didn't give her a chance to respond. Kevin's cell phone rang again. Kevin, can you please come home? What happened? I'll be home as soon as I can. He zipped over to Lily's condo and got there in minutes. Mom's been in an explosion. I just got a call saying that she's been sent to Downtown General. Don't cry, Lily. Let's go to the hospital and see her. Kevin drove to the hospital with Lily. When they walked into the emergency room, Dorothy was sitting in the corner. How are you, Mom? Lily, we're finished. Our whole family is finished. I invested all the money in the Pittsburgh International Trading Company. The project failed, and now I can't get the money. Jasmine Coleman, who had just arrived in the hospital, interrupted them. Dorothy, don't expect Pittsburgh International to pay back the money they owe you. I just found out that their owner, Conrad Ferguson, is partnered with Drake Cook. I know your son-in-law knows some people with connections, but can he pull some strings with Drake? Why would you ever count on this? I have an idea. Do you know Niles Walford from the Walford family? He likes my daughter a whole lot. If I tell him about this mess, he might find a way to get the money back for us. Dorothy pulled out her cell phone and started to make the call. The Walford family? Which family is that? Don't be mad, Kevin. I have nothing to do with the guy. I'm not angry, but I would like to have a nice little chat with him. We don't have to worry about our problem now. All we need to do is wait for Niles to get here. He'll deal with it.
Is that you, Lily? Where are your manners, Lily? Have you been hanging around with that trash too much? Niles is talking to you. Don't worry about it, Dorothy. Let's talk about your business first. Dorothy explained the problem she was having with Conrad Ferguson and how she and her friends had been cheated by him. I'll call my father right away and ask him to have a talk with Drake. I'll also straighten things out with Conrad. But the next second, his father's reply ruined his plans. Get back home right now and don't stick your nose in anybody's business anymore. You're boxing way above your weight class. Kevin stifled a laugh. He'd been right about Niles all along. It's obvious that he's bitten off more than he could chew. Just give me a second to make a call. Kevin stepped to the side and pulled out his phone to call Drake. A half hour later, Drake and Conrad walked into the emergency room. Just then, Drake shoved Conrad towards the women. I'm sorry, but we had some technical issues at the company and I wasn't able to return your investment. I've managed to transfer enough funds to reimburse you. Drake turned and looked at Kevin. And are you Drake? Why don't you come over and apologize to these nice ladies? I have no idea who this guy is. Deal with it any way you want. Niles, don't be too hard on him. After all, Drake is also a very important man. I asked you to apologize, but don't you understand plain English? Then Drake punched him right in the gut. He hit the floor like a sack of potatoes and lay there for a good long time, unable to stand up. Didn't you bring Conrad Ferguson here because my father sent you? Are you brainless or something? We came down here because Kevin sent us. That's my buddy Kevin over there. Dorothy was shocked. I'm really sorry, my friend. I kinda lost my temper, but guys like that really piss me off. After Drake and Conrad left, Kevin didn't want to reveal his true identity to Lily yet. Dorothy really wanted to know Kevin's secret. The following morning, Kevin and Lily were surprised when Dorothy got up early to make them breakfast. An hour and a half later, Professor Murdock and Kevin were walking into her office. Professor, why have you asked me to see you this morning? Do you want to invite me to breakfast? Kevin, I remember you said that there was a way to solve the problem of my loss of strength after taking the neutralization pill. Can you help me? As I recall, I warned you again and again. It's a pity, Professor, that you didn't listen to me. I know, Kevin. Believe it or not, a teacher can make mistakes too, but can you help me? She was one of the senior members of the union, and until taking Mike's pill, a very powerful person. Kevin reached into his jacket and pulled out a pale blue pill. This is a kind of elevation pill that can relieve the effects of the neutralization pill.
It's kind of complicated. Before Kevin could even finish speaking, Professor Murdock grabbed the pill out of his hand and swallowed the pill dry. Her body was filling up with energy. Professor Murdock was definitely starting to recover what she had lost after taking the neutralization pill. Is that it? I feel better, but I'm still not back to my old self. Professor, have you forgotten what I said? This elevation pill can only counteract 1/3 of the effect of the neutralization pill. If you want to completely restore your strength, you need to take 2 more pills. But Professor, you can only take 1 elevation pill every 2 days. Kevin, you can rest assured that I'll follow your instructions and just take 1 pill every 2 days. So it's okay for you to give me the remaining 2 doses. Kevin hesitated for a moment and then reached into his pocket to pull out the vial containing the last 2 pills and poured them into his palm. As usual, Professor Murdock completely ignored Kevin's warnings and quickly downed the rest of the elevation pills before he had a chance to react. At that very moment, Randall Williams had suddenly died. What do you mean by that? My husband had nothing to do with his father's death. It's all Kevin's fault. What are you talking about? Didn't Kevin escape the day before yesterday with his friend Dalton, who'd been seriously injured? Only because Grandpa wasn't willing to let him die in the hospital after the fight in the hospital room. So, he betrayed the family, stole from them, fought with his grandfather, and now he did this? Yes, it's true. All of a sudden, there was a loud noise in the room. The woman stamped her foot heavily on the floor. I swear in front of Randall Williams' corpse that I'll kill Kevin Williams and put his head on a spike. I swear it with my very life. The Williams family members who heard her thought it was a good thing that Grandpa had joined the Myriads. Ariana's outburst of grief and anger had really boosted the family's morale. All of a sudden, everyone heard a phone ring. They turned around to see Officer Emmett was taking out her cell phone. It was Kelly's mentor with the union. Kelly had told her that she'd been able to find a power pill. Didn't I promise I'd be able to get you a power pill? But as soon as Kevin heard that I was asking for you, his attitude changed. Are you telling me that you asked Kevin Williams for the power pill? No matter what your relationship with him is, you need to break it off immediately. There's very bad blood between Kevin and our organization. If I cut off contact with him, what about your medication? I wouldn't take anything from him. After the call ended, Kelly stood there quietly. Meanwhile, Kevin had just gotten back from Professor Murdock's office. What's going on? It seemed that all of his classmates were giving him the once-over, and it made him feel a little uncomfortable. You should see this. I didn't know you had so much luck with the ladies. Dalton handed Kevin his phone and showed him the photo on the screen. Kevin was stunned by what he saw. There was a photo of a man and a woman standing very close to each other. But the man in the photo was obviously Kevin. Standing next to the couple, you could clearly see Penny Sutherland. Kevin could tell that the photo had been taken at Brenda's beauty salon, and it had somehow been posted on the school's website. Can you explain this to me, Penny? I really don't know who it was, but I'll find out. But then Kevin realized he'd better go find Lily before she saw the photo.
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.